Alrighty. Hope this is on. Howdy. Gosh. I'm gonna cut this out. Oh, howdy. My name is Brad. I'm here today because I'm reading a letter I submitted to the school newspaper regarding an event that happened yesterday. The TPUSA people, we'll call them, came to school yesterday, and I got some fun pictures. And yeah, that was nice seeing everybody. And I wanted to write a letter about it, and I submitted this to the school newspaper. And yeah, on to the letter. To the University Star and dear peers, I'm writing in response to the Turning Point USA bandwagon setting its eyes on San Marcos, specifically the Prove Me Wrong event scheduled Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. Also, I hope you like the fit. It's a fun costume. My girlfriend knitted this for me, and I like wearing it, but I'm gonna take it off now. Yeah. Fuck, my pencil. That's okay. Anyways. In the face of new leadership rising the ranks of organizations like Turning Point USA, I feel it important that we exercise our voice. Specifically, I'd like to address some assumptions held by Lily Kate, the TPUSA ambassador, who took the stand Wednesday. Namely, I'll be addressing her views on the word feminism. We'll focus on Kate's comments during her conversation on Framework Leadership, a podcast featuring Dr. Kent Engel, the president of Southeastern University in Lakeland, Florida. Kate has been featured on Blaze Television, Prager University, and other influential podcasts. Kate is also the CEO of Victory, a social media management company. Also, in the interview I had with Ben, a student who spoke with her the other day, I say that allegedly she's 19. My mom told me that. Blame her. She's actually 24. So yeah, good on dear Kate. During Kate's interview with the president of Southeastern University, Kate answers the question, why has feminism, as it's often lived out today, failed to deliver what it's promised women? Quote, freedom and... Fuck. Okay, we're gonna cut this. We're gonna cut this out. It's okay. Let's quote her. What does she say? Where's this? Okay, here we go. Quote, feminism promises two things, freedom and happiness. It's failed because feminism is a revolutionary idea. It's not an idea that has any foundation in any kind of truth. It is extremely anti-Christian. When you build a foundation on something that is not truth, and then you have a marriage in the 60s between Marxism, the economic theory, and you apply it to the culture, all of a sudden you have this framing where it's men versus women. And that's going to make nobody happy. But I think women are probably the biggest losers of this framing. She's referring to modern feminism. Because men can probably decide, you know what, we don't need women. We don't need the destruction of our peace. If you're going to act all disrespectful, all feminist like that, and then we'll just step away, and women are left out asking the question, well, where are all the good men at? So the framing of men versus women is incredibly harmful. And every deterioration of culture we have between men and women, with marriage, economy, and the workforce, and the church especially, is because of that framing. End quote. Freedom and happiness are good things. Has feminism really failed to deliver what it's promised women? And what is feminism anyways? Later in the interview, Kate provides additional insight. Quote, "The problem with feminism is no one really knows what it means anymore." I can empathize with feeling like no one knows what words and things mean nowadays. Kate advocates combating radical feminism with radical femininity. These are pretty much the same words, but depending on who you ask, they would mean very different things. But the root word is the same, so to me they're pretty much the same thing. As I see it, the distinction between these words is boiled down to team sport, competition. Do you like the feminine team, allied with this Marx figure, allied with the revolutionary mob? The team that pits men versus women, allegedly? Or do you like the feminine team allied with the infallible and righteous truth of the Lord, Jesus Christ, our God? By portraying this conflict as between a pro or anti-Christian values side, valuable nuance is lost. Sacred conflict is reduced to a zero-sum game. Who wins and who loses? The pot. Who is right and who is victorious, and who is left defeated and shamed in the dust. I was raised a Christian. I struggle with understanding the religion's good truth. Is there really a supreme authority over good and justice, who's infallibly true and righteous and will always prevail? Who knows? By basing one's views on an absolute, infallible truth, the view is shielded from change. Without change, how can we learn and grow? Kate provides valuable insight on the performative nature of sex and gender. To quote her again for the last time. Femininity and masculinity are, as I define them, as I've studied the Bible more, it really is the expression of the fruits of the Spirit by a respective man or woman. The trad wife, traditional wife, costume is very unattainable. Your house has to be perfect. Your dress has to be perfect. You have to have a sourdough starter you've had for 20 years. It's very hard to do. I relieve people because I say, you know what? It's a posture of your heart. It's behavioral. It's just the way you exist. If you express as you are, a woman, fruits of the Spirit, you will be the most feminine version of yourself. She continues, I say the same thing to men, but I say God built you as a man. You will be the most masculine version of yourself if you express the fruits of the Spirit. Do it with the posture of your heart. End quote. I empathize with these feelings about the pursuit of an unattainable and perfect and true idea or costume or standard to identify with. I haven't been able to keep a sourdough starter alive. For now, I get my yeast from the store. Thanks for your time.